and welcome to this day's vice presidential debate from Mwanyagetinge. It is an awaited meeting that everybody is ready to view and listen to and be able to see exactly what plans you have for Mwanyagetinge starting this year as we go forward. So we are supposed to have two candidates. The first one is Daniel Amenya, and the second one is Fredrick Mititi. However, Fredrick seems to be a bit late, so he will be joining us in a moment. So at the moment, I will start with interviewing one of the vice presidential candidates, that is Amenya Daniel. And Daniel as the following. I would like to read a few things about him, and then after that, I will ask him to tell us more about himself, and then we will go further from there. Now, Daniel Amenya has 2 undergraduate degrees, 1 master degree. He is currently a doctorate student at Augsburg University in Minnesota. Professionally, Amenya is an accountant and a registered nurse. Amenya has worked in both private and government jobs, including Hennepin and Ramsey counties. Amenya served South Mogranga Association in Minnesota as the president between 2000 and 2004. Amenya has also served Minto Association in Minnesota as a treasurer and currently as a secretary general. Amenya is presently a member of the advisory team for 254 group in Minnesota. And Amenya is passionate to be among the team which will lead Mwanyagetinge with humility and integrity. Now, welcome Daniel Amenya.
Thank you.
One of the candidates for the vice presidents. Now, I would like you to tell us about yourself in a minute.
Dr. Reuben, first I can say thank you so much for taking time and be scheduled to come and join me in this interview or take and participate in interviewing me for this position. Also, I'm taking this opportunity to thank KHI TV for giving us the platform to air our views and our aspirations and our ideas and what we think to do for Mwanyagetinge, and which is a Kenyan association in Minnesota, not only for cases. Yes. So this is a good platform to tell our people what we have in mind, what we have been blessed by God, which can pay back to the community. I also thank our viewers for taking their time to watch us or listening me. Of course, we are supposed to be too, by my colleague or my competitor. Maybe is going to join us soon. So I also thank you so much, guys, for taking your time to listen and watch us. And I hope with all that presence, all that God has gifted us, we'll be able to serve our people with humility and integrity. Myself, if I can say a little bit, Dr. Sore, yes. I'm married. I have 3 kids, 1 son, 2 daughters. I live in Maplewood, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota. So I think you have already said more about me, and I can pause there for now.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to ask you this question. Why do you want to be the vice president for Mwanyagetinge?
Oh, good question. Vice President, first of all, I just went to the Constitution, Mwanyagetinge Constitution, which just enacted. I can think very recently, if I'm not wrong, it was on June 21st, 2020. So when I tried to go through the responsibilities of the vice president, I saw this the best time I can do for now to help our people. And as always, men have said, this is a frontiering job. We with no expectation to be paid. We are doing it for free. And I've seen that question flying around, why are you going to do a job which is you are not being paid? But again, you see, most of us have been here for a while, particularly myself, I can say. I've seen various leaderships of Mwanyagetinge. If I can start way back from Mr. Morande, Dr. Nyajaye, Mr. Jeremiah Marocco, and Elder Kimaiga. These are the people who have led our community to higher levels. They really inspired me in one way or the other. They have left some fingerprints of leadership in our community. And I also feel at one time, if I get the position of vice president, whereby of course I will be deputizing a principal assistant to the president, I will be able to leave back the fingerprints of which our young people coming before me will be also be able to inspire with.
So a follow-up to that.
Yes.
As a vice president, how will you be able to help the president to be able to achieve their goal?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I think as a vice president, you know, and again, as the constitution said, I'm part of the executive. And I believe the president alone cannot do anything. So we, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, among the five, plus the county representatives, if we put our head together, me alone, I can't say that I'm going to help the president. Both of us, we have the responsibility of trying to internalize and analyze the things which can help Mwanyagetinge move forward. So, you know, the role I can play like another member is being critical. And policy coming, we figure it out, we look for positive and negatives. We see the common good it has. We try to analyze and figure it out. And then now it comes as a policy from the executive, but represented by the president on our behalf. So I hope I will be, I mean, I've got a lot of experience. I worked with South Muranga Association as a president. During my time, we made a new constitution, which is working now and which is good for us. I was the founder and the first secretary of Minto Association. We did a lot. So I think that experience on how to unite the people in the community is immense enough for me to help our team at least to build to higher levels of Mwanyagetinge.
Thank you for that response. We've seen in the past young people not very much involved in Mwanyagetinge issues. Now, this time we've seen a good impression. Now, how are you going to leverage your experience to be able to bring these young people to Mwanyagetinge in order for us to be more stronger?
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Dr. Schuler, for that, Dr. Reuben. For sure, even from the previous debates I've watched, I've seen our colleagues talking about young people should be included to the leadership of Mwanyagetinge. What I can say right now, the games of the game is like all of us, we are given the same chance, older, young, middle. Unfortunately, or fortunately, let me say fortunately, if you look at this exercise going right now, the big percentage of contestants are young people. So yes, there's some few things going to look later on when we review the constitution as time goes by and come up with new policies. There's a few things going to include which are not captured right now. I'm not saying that the constitution is long. No, it's a document right now which you can live with. But the portion of young people or youth, we have to put it somewhere there. Not only that, even disability people, even the church community. But if you look to if you can check the proposal from the caretaker team. In the caretaker team, I think we have advisory board. And if you can check the advisory board, for sure, if you can allow me to do some sort of reference, I would really appreciate. Yeah, if you can check the advisory board, it comprises of constituent representatives, judges, youth, women representatives, and professionals. So still I believe, even if we don't have on the executive, we don't have the position for youth, still they have a chance because advisory board is one of the key organ in running Mwanyagetinge. And I see, as from what I have the recommendation, so that was what we're going to implement. So if we want to work together, we implement it. Still, the youth people or young people, they will have a space in reading Mwanyagetinge for now and in the future.
Thank you. You talked about churches.
Yes.
And I know churches play a greater role in Mwanyagetinge Association.
Yes.
Because when you see most of the members in this particular location, particularly Minnesota, they are church members.
Yep.
How are you going to work with the pastors and the church leaders to ensure that Mwanyagetinge is more strengthened?
Dr. if I can tell you for sure, since I'm speaking, if from my own observation, in an informal way, I can say, churches plays a key role in partnership to Mwanyagetinge. If I can cite one case, one example, sometimes we have some families who are bereaved within our community. You see, when you see whether the Catholics or the people or those family community goes to church on Sunday or those go to church on Saturday, if you see the program, the church has a spot in the program. Yeah. And when the church has got a spot in the program, our church pastors, church elders are the one who runs these programs. And thank you so much, this church community, because they do nurses with spiritual. They do give the family comfort. So the only thing now is to identify, like now we have, I believe, the Minnesota Pastors Association is now to ask them, direct one of them to come to the board of Mwanyagetinge. So it's kind of like, even if we are doing all, you see, again, I'm sorry, if I go back to the Constitution, chapter 2 entirely, trying to talk about the function and the purpose of Mwanyagetinge, it assumes it to socio-economical, but not political. So when we talk of social life, churches and spirituality comes in. So it's easy if they will agree with us, and if at all as a team, we put these things together and the polls together, then it's easy to get one of the churches, one of the pastors or two representing the church community. From that, those group goes to church on Sunday and those goes on Saturday.
Thank you so much, Amenya.
Thank you.
Now, Fredrick, welcome. You've joined now.
Thank you.
Answered quite a lot of questions, but we are going to ask you a few of them as we continue in order for us to be together in everything.
Okay.
We had some technicalities at the beginning, but everything is now resolved. We are so grateful to KJ TV and Dr. Joash Omandi for allowing us this platform to be able to air all our views on how we are going to improve Mwanyagetinge in general. So welcome and welcome again.
Thank you very much.
Now, Fredrick, even if we had gone a bit ahead, I would like to ask you a question like this. You need to tell us about yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. Thank you. First, I'm very sorry for not coming in time because I was held up with work. Here we are very busy.
Yes.
And at the same time, my network was not good at all. I've tried it, but that's finally that's coming to play.
Okay.
Well, I'm Fredrick, Honorable Fredrick Mititi. Honorable Fredrick Mititi is a politician because I fight for a political seat in Kenya before I came here.
Okay.
That was 2013 and 2017. I tried again from a majority church constituency.
Good.
First and foremost, I don't know what I'm supposed to say my age.
Yeah, you need to tell us more about yourself. You still have a minute.
All right, I'm an adult of 47 years, and now I think I'm heading to 48 years. And having served in the government of Kenya for 22 years. And I resigned and then joined politics. That's 2012, that's when I resigned. I was working the town council of Ogembo as an administrative officer. And then besides that, I was working, I was the chairman, the Kisii County currently now, in charge of the Kenya Red Cross, having served for 6 years, coordinating all relief activities within the county of Kisii. By then we had 2 branches in Nyamira and the Kisii, so I was in charge of the Raja Kisii now. That is the current Kisii County.
Okay.
And then before then, I was also in charge of scouts. I'm a commissioner. I like scouting.
Okay.
So I've been a Boy Scout for the last since 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2009, I was elected to the commissioner in charge of Wucha.
Mm-hmm.
Wucha covers Bobasi, Machoge, and Ogrango that time.
Okay.
And before we came to counties, I was elected to the deputy commissioner in charge of deputizing the county commission of scouts in the larger Kisii now. So I think I've enough experience in terms of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And at one given time, I acted as a town clerk of Ogembo Town Council for 1 year. That was when the minister for local government was Emmanuel Rikasa Maida.
Okay.
I served as a clerk for 1 year, acting clerk too.
All right. So, at least that is enough experience.
I think I have enough experience in the leadership.
Okay, let me ask you a question as we move forward because of time.
Yeah.
Now, why do you want to be the vice president for Mwanyagetinge?
Well.
Yes.
Because because I first I came here. When I came here, I found that Mwanyagetinge was a bit active.
Mm-hmm.
When I came to America, I found it was my first meeting with the Mwanyagetinge was when one of our friends died, Mr. Nyandoro. That's when I met him the first time. But since then, I've never seen any action, anything being done. So I really felt that we should revive the group because it covers the interests of the Kisii community.
Okay.
So that's why I felt. Secondly, because I'm quite new, I wanted to, first of all, I could have gone for the presidency even. But because I was new, I said, let me start with the vice presidents. I learned some few areas, some few things that are being done. So next time, I think I'll go for the bigger seat. So I've joined this because first of all, I have the leadership abilities. 2, I feel that we should, as Kisii people, we should come together. That's why I feel I should fill in the gap because it has been vacant anyway. That's why I said I should come in and help.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, a follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
How will you be able to leverage your experience to be able to help the president of Mwanyagetinge to achieve the goal of uniting the members as well as help the organization to succeed? Sorry. Oh, we lost him again. Okay.
Mr. Zure, you can continue. It's unfortunate you cannot be able to get him. Maybe it's at work and all that.
Yeah. Let's march forward.
And the Mititi looks somebody who is so, I can say, fired up. It feels like But I don't know. I cannot challenge him now because not there. But he admits himself that is new. Probably this is the first time he's a member of Mwanyagetinge. So I don't know if he knows the success of Mwanyagetinge. I don't want to talk about failures because we don't want to talk of failures. We want to talk of success and pick from there. I don't know if he knows the success of Mwanyagetinge. You see, already I started a party footing that Mwanyagetinge failed. He has never seen anything going on. You know, you can't blame people what they have felt before. Learn it for yourself, figure it for yourself, bring it on the board when you're going to be one of the officials, and then pick from there. Figure out what you can do better to build Mwanyagetinge. That's what I want, and that's what I'm looking for.
All right, then. Now, in addition to what you've just said,
yes,
Mwanyagetinge has been on decline in recent years, and now it's being rejuvenated. Now, what are some of the causes of its decline, and how can you safeguard against that decline in the future?
That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say this. There are many scholars have talked about bad things, and I don't want to talk about things about Mwanyagetinge.
Yes.
So, because I don't want to be judgmental. You know, it's one scholar, I don't know the name, students say that if you are not making a mistake, then you are not doing anything, or you are not doing anything. I am positive that a tour makes a mistake.
Yes.
So, which means these officials, they were likely to make a mistake, if at all they were doing something for Mwanyagetinge.
Yes.
So these mistakes we used to learn. And if I start being finger pointing of what was done by the previous mistakes, I think it won't help us now. Mm-hmm. So what will help us now is how can I be a team player, a key team player with other new officials who are coming in to build united Mwanyagetinge, mm-hmm. to bring everybody on board, to make sure that Mwanyagetinge has an influence. We will not want to go out to look for members. Members will come and look for us. Okay. And I want this. And if you can look at this thing in a way, if you look at the constitution very well, it's saying particularly Mwanyagetinge is for Kenyans. So this attitude we have that Mwanyagetinge is for cases, we are misled. Then we are not understanding the constitution exactly what it's saying. We are trying to see, we as Kenyans in diaspora, in Minnesota, or how we are going to liaise with other communities who are living here to be one Kenya, to be one person who knows that we're in a foreign land. How can we help each other in times of difficulties and the times of happiness?
Okay.
Yep.
Now, you've said very well. I don't know whether Mititi is here. Mititi, can you hear me?
I can see the microphone is muted, probably, maybe.
Mititi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Please, we want to see you. Can you put a video so that members can be able to see you?
Okay, I don't know what's happening anyway.
All right, thank you. Now, I did ask Amenya this question.
Yeah.
That Mwanyagetinge has been on decline in recent years and now is being rejuvenated.
Yep.
Now, what are some of the causes of its decline? And how can you as a vice president be able to safeguard against this in the future?
Okay. As I told you, once with leadership starts with you. Mm-hmm. Because I've realized that there is a vacuum and we need to move forward. Mm-hmm. I will, first of all, I will be a team player. That's one thing. Mm-hmm. I will work with others and I will allow everybody to give his views because we don't have a monopoly of ideas. Mm-hmm. We share ideas and then we bring up with the policies that will be able to run this group. Because we are, you know, cases likely they are diverse in terms of ideas. Mm-hmm. So we allow everyone to give ideas and so that we can be able to move forward. One thing I've told you, I have political connections, being a politician, and I fight for political office in Kenya. I have a political network that can help people in the diaspora, especially issues that deal with the diaspora issues, to cater for the welfare. I have a lot of experience in terms of public management, public administration. Mm-hmm. And I think given the chance, I will mobilize, because I'm a very good mobilizer, I will mobilize more members to come and join, mm-hmm. so that we can have many resources, because resources cannot move without resources. Okay. So that I can mobilize many members to come and join, then from there we get resources to help us move our agenda forward. Okay. And I cannot say we cannot learn from mistakes, because for you to succeed, to do something better, you have to see where the others failed. Mm-hmm. So those who have been in office, where they failed is where where they failed is where we started from. That's the starting point, because we see what really happened. That's why we have come again back to see why we should inform this, we should start this group well, and why not, so that they can help us as in particular the generally Kenyans, because particularly the cases, because that's why it's called Mwanyagetinge. In any case, we did not deny it. Even if the constitution says we are able to join in, cases first, then we come in, we join others. That's how things should go.
Don't you think that is an unfair ground when you are talking about Omogusi alone, and when the constitution is?
I'm saying Mwanyagetinge, the name, Mwanyagetinge, that's where we started from.
Hold on, I finish my question.
Yeah.
Don't you think that is an unfair ground when you talk about the Kisi people alone, and when the constitution is talking about Kenyans in particular?
You know, what I'm saying is this. First of all, there's no way you can do anything as a Kisi in particular, because you know we are living in the diaspora, very far from Kenya. Yeah. That's one thing. And whatever we do, usually we know of our Kenyan brothers and sisters.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do in isolation, as much as we wanted to do it. But you see, the starting point, the majority of these members, you know, other communities, I think, are the minority. From the list of the membership I saw, most of the members are Kisis. And I'm not saying I'm against the Kenyan, but they start from the Kisi because that's where the many members are. And from there, I think this thing is open for everyone. But before then, we have to start somewhere. I'm saying we have to start somewhere.
So you, as the vice president, what will you be able to do to bring all these other members in, other than the Kisi people?
As I've said, I will start from Samaria before I go to Judea. I will start from my own people. I make sure they join in first before I bring other people, because I want these people to, I want my people to benefit first. Because if I don't join in, I will not be able to do it in isolation. I have to work first from Samaria, that's from where I come from, and then you join others.
Okay. Now, yes. Amenya.
Yes, sir.
What about you? What will you do to be able to incorporate all these other communities other than the Kisi people only?
Thank you, Dr. Reuben. Before I respond that, I didn't get the opportunity to Honorable Dr. Mititi, welcome to the show. And I said on the absence, I don't know if we got you. I'm very happy to see you fired and joining us in learning for the office. And with your immense political experience, I believe, yes, you can bring something on board which can help us see another tomorrow and a better tomorrow for Mwanyagetinge. But actually, to give you a head up, as per the Constitution, which I've just had an opportunity to go through it, and I said, if I can look the entire Article 2, I can sum up to socioeconomical benefits for our people. And then political kind of like is silent on that, and best specifically, if I can go back, let me to a reference of Article 2, sub-Article 4, the last sentence. It is saying specifically the corporation shall not engage in political activities or activities with a purpose of influence policies in the United States of America or Kenyan political elsewhere. So your political experience is good, but I don't think if the Constitution does not give us on how we want to emulate politics, use politics to maybe influence people and build and help our people. I see it's kind of like tricky. And I want to go to record saying that the Constitution for Mwanyagetinge, it will be the main point of reference. Even if what we are doing, any policies we are going to bring the new ones, we have to refer to what is in the Constitution, what is not there, how to build this and incorporate it in the Constitution. Okay. Now, I remember you said about bringing a new other communities. Dr. Reuben, I know you go to church, I go to church, and I believe Mititi goes to church too. You see, in church, we have our other Kenyan community in our churches we go. So the way they get their way to our churches we share together, it's a simple way they get their way to us.
Okay.
So unless or otherwise, we try to portray a sense that these things were the common goodwill of Kenya. And regardless, it's a good advantage, or we are benefited that we are many. But what we have to make that is something which is a fair breakdown for all Kenyan communities living in Minnesota. The way we get to feel home in church, that's how we can get to feel home in Mwanyagetinge. That attitude, if we get a good leadership and it as a teamwork, I think it will be a very easy way of getting other communities to join us.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's move forward.
Thank you.
Now, Fredrick.
Yeah.
What experience or skill are you bringing to the organization?
Experience?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not against the constitution, but I want to say, stop.
Go ahead.
I want to, my phone is like, I want to say that Mwanyagetinge, we can talk of socio-economic and other issues that we need to bring it on board.
Mm-hmm.
But I want also to say,
Mm-hmm.
as much as you want to put away from being a political outfit, it's not possible, because this we are fighting for elections,
Mm-hmm.
and where there's elections, there's a political input there.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have IPC, I don't know, IPC or a electoral commission, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's a political process. My friend is trying to say it's not a process. It's not a political process. It's a political process.
Mm-hmm.
And we're campaigning. We're talking. We're giving out our issues, our policies. It's a political process. At the same time, there's nothing you can do without having political connections. As much as you want to say you're going to want to involve yourself in politics, because politics creates linkage between organizations that help our people. So, like now, we want to have an office that we want to have Kenyans here in Minnesota. We have to link with the politics. So we have to connect with the Kenyan government and tell them now we want our things to be here. That's political. There's nothing like you can say, there's nothing you cannot sort of talk political. Although as much as you want to say it's not political, we have political linkages. Two, for us to get any community facility here in Minnesota to serve the Kenyan community, that's Mwanyagetinge, we have to liaise with the governor or whoever is concerned politically. We have to involve them politically so that they can help us.
Mm-hmm.
So influence is very important in terms of helping people. You cannot help people from when you don't have any influence anywhere. You have to have influence beyond yourself so that you can be able to pull resources to your people. Like now, we fight when people go for these elections. It's a political process that helps you to achieve the seat you want.
Yes.
After you have achieved the seat, then you have to bring development. You cannot bring development with your own self. You have to work somewhere and collaborate with others.
Okay, now next, what skills are you bringing to the organization?
Well, as I told you, I have operation skills.
Mm-hmm.
I have, at the same time, have the ability to rise with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Having worked in the NGO world, like now the Kenya Red Cross,
mm-hmm.
I'm able to rise with the American Red Cross and help and see where we can help our people. Not necessarily here, but we can also help our people in Kenya. Because
mm-hmm.
we have resources here, we can ask them to come and help our people because our people have problems back home.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, before we go back home, we have our people here have problems. Okay. So when we have the resources, when we can liaise with the political goodwill, we can be able to give people what they need,
mm-hmm.
and then I can mobilize resources, I can mobilize all that they need so that we can be able to move forward. I think I have enough experience in terms of mobilization, mm-hmm. in terms of resource mobilization, in terms of facilities.
Okay.
I think I have enough experience in terms of that because, as I told you,
mm-hmm.
even reaching in a political office, seeing the governor is not easy unless you have the courage and the confidence to approach them.
Okay, now to Amenya.
Yes, sir.
What experience or skills are you bringing to Mwanyagetinge organization?
Thank you, Dr. Reuben. I have immense experience with dealing with our community, particularly the 1-1 Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as my friend has said, as a political experience, and political inclination, it can help, yeah, but that's we're here to see. But what I can assure you for sure before I say the skills I have, I've been here, I've seen Mr. Morande, Dr. Jai, Jeremiah Morocco, Elder, leading this community. I've never seen them using political, and they have been successful before. As I said again, I have had experience. I mean, from the introduction, I've been the president of of South Mogranga Association for the last, from 2000 to 2004. That's the time when we were able to phase out our members, to have high number of members. We built membership capacity. We were able to build financial capacity. And at the same time, as I said earlier, I was the founder and the first treasurer of Mint Association, one of the 500 associations in Minnesota. At this time, when we started, I believe I contributed a lot in coming up with the constitution, putting out a framework, bring out the group together, and bring higher way this even now. Right now, because of my experience, I'm one of the advisory board to 254 in Minnesota. It's a very scientific group, but it has objectives for its members. Now, having that experience, I believe, I don't want to say I have political connections, but I believe I have community connection within Minnesota. I go to church, as I believe Mititi to church. I interact with all the communities, the constituents groups we have here. I know the chairmans. I feel like that's the way, if you get them involved into the interest of Mwanyagetinge, the way already have been accommodated by having county representatives. So we try to have them in, we adapt the advisory team where they would play a key role. But now, give me one thing, please, let me say this. Bring people together. It sounds easier to say it, but it's not easy until you go to the bottom line to understand what are our people, what are their interests, and how to catch their interest. So you see, we are a good men platform right now. As I said, we have a church platform bringing our people together who are Kenyans. You see, like there's another proposal from the caretaker committee of coming up of a benevolent fund, a big benevolent fund. I know there had been a benevolent before for Mwanyagetinge, but this one, if we adopt it as per the care report, it will be a benevolent which will be vibrant, which will bring more people. That's one catching element. Members want to associate, cases we are more philanthropics. So when we hear our people have a problem, we are ready to help. And I think if we come with a very powerful sound of benevolent kitty, our people will come in, our Kenyans will come in. And again, I should thank Dr. Joshua Mandi, I should thank Kebuato, KTL TV, KCH TV. These are the platforms our people are used to unite us. We are passing the message we do through this media. There's another media people don't know. We have Barikiwa Media Ministries. Yeah. Those are the ministries which are reaching our people. If we get to pass information of uniting our people, this is one of the techniques. I will bring in to our board and we'll try to use these medias and encourage even more private medias from our people. And that way we'll be able to reach more people and bring more people as a team.
So what skills are you bringing in?
The skills I'm bringing in, key prayer. And somebody who knows how to mobilize our people, because how been our people are mobilized before, I will mobilize our people. But above all, let us not rely on mobilizing. Build something which is beautiful to attract people to come. Okay. So if you try that you are going to look at people where they are, let something small. I can give you a good example. I'm sorry to say this. Pamoja Kenya is one of our. I don't say about this. It's owned by. It's led by our own people. When legislation comes, we go there. They don't come for us because they have good things for us. Yeah. You can just get a model even from Pamoja Kenya, put in the Mwanyagetinge. Let our people come outside there where they are and join us because we have something good for them. So I believe I'm a key player, I'm a mobilizer, I am good communication skills. I believe I'm connected within Minnesota. I don't want to say politically, but socially. That's what I can say. Thank you.
All right, now, Mititi. Mititi, a question back to you.
Yeah.
Where do you see Mwanyagetinge in 3 to 10 years from now?
Well, with the city people have the way people have the settlement has cost. I think it's going places. as long as we choose the right people. You know, people, as I said, cases don't lack leaders. Everybody wants to be a leader, I know. But the issue is not leadership. The issue is, are you able to add some value to the leadership?
Okay.
So, me, the excitement this thing has caused, I think I'm happy about it. I hope it will continue and we go far. I felt that our people we should have a creative union for our people here. And that's something that I feel like we should have. We want to say people should have economic power, but they cannot have economic power by living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
So I want us to have, as much as we have benevolent issues, they should also have economic issues to bring us up. So in the next, I hope we will get the right leadership. It is going places, and our people will be happy for the leadership that they have chosen, as long as they choose the right people.
Okay, I'll come up with.
First of all, I want to say thank you very much for hosting us, giving us this chance, at least to express ourselves.
Okay, I'll make a follow-up question later after Amenya has told us exactly where is this Mwanyagetinge in 3 to 10 years from now.
Thank you, Daktari, for again having this opportunity and for that good questions. I have tried to go to watch various TV shows from other participants, and I believe we're ever going to be the office bearers for after these elections. We have a diverse of professionalism and diverse of experience. So I believe if we can able as a team bring the ideas, like now, there's one thing I can say I forgot about the skills. For sure, I've been an accountant for a long time. I'm a CPA certified person from Kenya. And I believe besides being advertising the president, I can also bring financial skills to help the treasurer, giving opinions to help on how to build the financial capacity of our association through the leadership. So in 10 years from now, I see Mwanyagetinge being somewhere more than what it is now. I've got friends who have called out of state asking what's going on in Minnesota. Minnesota is burning. Minnesota is fire. People are energized. What's Mwanyagetinge? They're asking now this election, people, they're going to put a proposal that Mwanyagetinge will go nationwide in Kenya because they feel that we have what it takes to build and bring our people together. So anyway, so I believe with that spirit and with ideas of people from out of states saying that we are doing even better than what they are doing there. So probably if we go with the spirit, we put more input. And then right now, there's one thing I saw, which is covered in the constitution, saying now it's not a natural person who's going to be a member. We're going to have corporate business people coming to be members of the Mwanyagetinge. You see, that's how it's going to grow. It not used to be there before. Those are the people who want to pump in some donations and we grow far. So I believe in 10 years, 5 years, I mean, it's going to be a very big in a governmental organization in Minnesota. That's what I see. And I really hope I will be one of the key players to get it there.
Follow-up question.
Yes, sir.
So that you answered directly. So what will you do to enable Mwanyagetinge to get to that higher level? And then
Yeah.
Fredrick will also answer the question.
Oh, it's me?
No, it is Amenya.
Okay, go ahead. Say it again.
I did ask this way. Because you're saying Mwanyagetinge is going places in the next 3 to 10 years. So what will you do as a vice president to enable Mwanyagetinge to get to that higher level?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Let me try to put it clear. For the first days, we're going to get to the office. This is the office we have never been there before. I know there are some of the aspirants who have been in various positions before. Me, personally, I've never been to Mwanyagetinge. But again, I said, the experience I have from other organizations are going to bring it in. But what I can tell you for a few days, maybe 100 days in the office, even though a quarter of being in office, I will be listening, trying to understand the challenges facing Mwanyagetinge, and then match the approach with those challenges. Listen, give me some time. And then agree with the executives on these challenges. What are we going to incorporate into what to make sure we overcome this challenge to grow? Personally, I said, I will bring in financial experience. This financial experience will help me to talk with us and also to solicit money from our business, let's say our local business guys. Let us not talk of governmental and governmental bigger ones. Let's start ourselves. Like you said the other day, Senawa, it donated $300 to learn these activities. That's what we are looking for our business communities. I know we have a very successful business community in Minnesota. So if I can liaise with leadership to solicit donations from our business people, from individuals we feel they are successful, I think that's how we can build financial capacity. And this financial capacity is what will enable us to learn to the higher level. When I think to be successful in 5-10 years to go, it needs two things. One, to have membership capacity. After building membership capacity, then it will have to build economical or financial capacity. So that's it. And I'm good in trying to get members outside there. We have tried to recruit. And again, as I said, we don't even necessarily go to recruit them. Let's make our thing to be very beautiful, to look a beautiful girl with someone to go for. So the only way we can do it is to be transparent, account for, give the programs which ahead of time, what we are supposed to 1 year, give the program shared with the community, and then they will feel what we are doing. They feel the impact of what we are doing, then they join us. So if we are able to build membership capacity, we build financial capacity, I think we'll go higher, and most members, they're going to join us. And I've had experience because I've been the members, I've started the organization here, we have gone far. How financial capability, we will be analyzing, we will be questioning ourselves, internal auditing even before we audit ourselves, even before we ask anybody to come out. Thank you.
Thank you. Fredrick.
Yes.
What will you do to enable Mwanyagetinge to get to that higher level? Because you said a few good words earlier. So what will you do?
As I said first, when we enter office, we look at our challenges as now new members and new leadership. Then we look for solutions to those challenges. Second, I will want to promote our people, our local people. You know, our people have so many businesses, but we don't do business with them as Kenyans. We don't do because we don't know them, or we don't like doing business with our people. So we promote our people, like our people who are dealing with the houses. I think we make sure we make them known to our pay members, so that they can be able to assist them grow economically. Like people are dealing with insurance agents, those who are dealing with anybody who is doing business. I think we should be advertised in our group for us to help him grow up economically, so that we empower them. And at the end of the day, I know once we empower them, they will blow back to the community. That we have to rise with these NGOs and NGOs in the local government. I think we have to do it because the government provides facilities and amenities for us. As I said, we will start asking for our people to enjoy the facilities of Minnesota, because we pay taxes here, and we want to make sure that we enjoy the success. We think the success offered by the government. So we make sure we help our people. First of all, we rise with the local government here, and then ask them to help us at least enjoy the facilities here. Maybe by giving us a community facility for us to do our businesses. And then at the end of the day, we also organize some cultural programs to attract the Kisses, and the Kenyans. Like now we have Kalenjin, Kikuyu, Kisi, cultural festivals, so that we can attract many people there to come. As much as I want to agree that we should make it shine for the people to come in, publicity is very important in everything. That's why even this thing we are now talking about the elections, there was much publicity that was done. So as much as it's a good thing, we have to make publicity a factor, so that then people will come in. As I've said, they cannot come in if it will be poorly managed. They only come in when they see it being well managed, and when they see so many fruits coming out of it. So as one of the officials who will go into office on the 1st or 2nd, I think I'll join my members who have been elected to make sure that we do something that can impact our people positively.
Okay. Okay, let's march forward again. Now, Amenya.
Yes, sir.
There is this issue where members from other states are registered to vote. What is your take on this?
Again, as I said earlier, any comment I will make, I will do a reference to the Constitution, which I had a chance to look at. From the Constitution, I saw. I mean, it says that membership is first of all, it says that membership is limited to Minnesota.
Okay. I
think that one, if you look at the Constitution, is Constitution number Article 3, Sub-Article 1. But if you go to Article 3, Sub-Article 3.3, it says upon something which cannot be applicable in Article 1, upon approval from the board, for the board of directors, still it can happen. But as we talk right now, it does not happen. Nothing has been approved. So there's no way at the moment. Maybe in the future it can happen, but at the moment with this current election, it's impossible if at all we're gonna follow what the Constitution said. For one, if we assume the board of directors is comprises of the officials which are gonna be put in the office for the first time following this Constitution, so we are not yet to have that board. Until the election is over, we get that board. That board will be able to analyze once somebody that might have made their blight and being approved. So at the moment, it's not practical. But in the future, upon approval, it might happen. That's what I can say. There's like a gray area, but not a gray area. It's very clear. That unless it's approved.
Honorable Mititi, our time is almost up. What is your take on that?
Well, the Constitution is very clear. And that's a form of rigging. That's why I told my brother this is a political process. That's a form of rigging, because if somebody comes from outside state, that's rigging. And that's what we are against. We wanted the people to do, wanted the Electoral Commission to be firm, to follow the law, so that nobody will come from outside. We want the people in Minnesota to do it. And if we will extend, that's when we have ratified the Constitution. But for now, we have to do it within the people of Minnesota. That's why we said. That's why people are saying that we should do it actual voting, not through the system, through online, because they think people will vote from outside and then they will cause problems. So, and I believe those who want to stand for, the process itself will say at the end of the day if this was free and fair. If it is free and fair, nobody will have any problem. If it will be unfair, you will find that you will want to vote in the next minute. So we want to make sure the system, the process is this is a political process, as much as I've said. We have to make sure it is free and fair.
Okay, now I want each one of you to give your final remarks, because we only have 5 minutes to end. And I would like Daniel Amenya to give us his final remarks on exactly what he feels will be necessary for Mwanyagetinge.
Dr. Thank you so much for that. But still, I want to talk to my friend. I mean, I'm not against political process. I feel like one time also I'll have a chance to play politics, but still I stand by my words. I feel Mwanyagetinge is not meant for political reasons. And even if there's political process, I don't think how it's going to impact this, because these elections, because we don't have a party, we don't have, political process as a lot of things, which I feel, to my own analysis, is not what it is. But now, if I come back to my closing remarks, as one Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much.
Yes.
Therefore, what I can say, we are only as strong as we are united. As weak as we are divided, then unity is strength. When there is teamwork and cooperation, one of things can be achieved. Therefore, I believe I'm a vibrant team player, and that is what I'm cherishing to bring into Mwanyagetinge, so that we can read it with integrity and with humility and integrity. However, give me one thing. Abantu bami ndombala lya baka bali nkali batari kuwega so So I have this chance to prosecute my case. Omongina mama, basita atora alinka, ale sorandons. Please. I don't need to be a master together. I was sort of one of your minto, must go minto. But I got the Vichuranjiro, on your Baquana corregesta, Biamono san. You took all you to Catarambiri, that are more, Mamosa Mapiria Mambien. Babodia say good work, what a computer, unless by changing. Babogi Mambi, but having neither Ake Kuraso, one of the Amenya, one of Mororo, one of Moge, one of what was a Rigoro. Rakonya Vana Minto, so good digging on get to guy by Minnesota. Nakere good at la Menya Medior, Ganto CSA, what a bit Simba and Jogu, they did not Menya, Coransia, among the Tata, Mama Soralia, joining one of Mintoria, without Gravanga Guramambi, to take your big to Kinikaraka. Thank you so much. Na Kubuana, Yamasa Saba Shinga Kichiga, and the Moteme Querenda Sana, Kabisa Kurua, Silver Watch over it, Washmorie, Gona Rio, Tribe of King, Watu Wabasan, and Boro, Navan San Boro. Boro, Biomona Suqueren, and they end up wearing Asaba Konya, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Fredrick. Your final remarks in 2 minutes.
Okay, my final remarks, I'll do it in English, at some time I'll do it in KKC for the other populace. I wish to say thank you very much for hosting us, for giving us this chance to express ourselves. And as I said, we are very much excited first. We want to join this team so that we can be able to practice what we feel should be practiced, because we have a variety of knowledge and experience to help in moving Mwanyagetinge forward. So Ambri requests the voters who are the members of Mwanyagetinge to bring to pump into office new blood that is excited to be in office, so that I can be able to execute my mandate officially, because once I've given the mandate, I'll execute it. Tiangejeka kusi abantu baminto Mwanyagetinge nima etaba kusina bwa bange se ekyombeke na savire na nje moroche muno naba yarese nyiro muntu na ntwali experience na abuli chikura cyo bochumbe iko nimbwate network nyingi cyo gukore gasi na amanyire ngike tekere gukora aso kubwata kuriye bintu na kolete rabante bintu igo mongari bageriga na mokora ebintu ngo baletera muna wana nintegete abantu baito bali bwate problem ya drugs chiko bachanda toligenjera to konya abantu baito to bakorera to basomi egere drugs echiwo chanda abantu baito bakanya babwate problems nyingi chisire abantu babwate problems bokulwa na nyumba uya toligenjera to basomi na to bakora seminar to batene to kora to cancer ya abantu bakotuna ani abangina nabaga abana baito to bakonye to basisti muna wana daktari konya abana bakasoma batechikale basoma chikale chinge chira bakonye in the future, because abantu basoma course batanyo no negas won mwadi bazinga course kimako soma kare era konye mwana ole gasi akonye kinyo yito na bakanya baito ni chumba min ande ndo kende kwa mwiso kera moja ukatalia moja la mbili mheshimiwa Mititi Fredrick no monto moke na no monto okolire egasi mbali ase nsi yaito ya Kenya na ndima igo na achira America na ndi no ndi biombe mbali nicholi ndi biombe mbali bia groups ya benevolent. That means ni bwate tati favor ya yoborai igo monge gasi yeyo na bango bakolire gas and not words we need resources. So as much as we are group na utoka nitunyo na ndesu kumo price resources to konye to gendre arafu na foreign policies cho konya abantu wetu to kora diaspora office near Nairobi lakini ndio kora gasi because ndio ati omuntu kora gasi na barabo tonyo omuntu kora gasi na government ya Kenya egera abantu wetu policies chiko favor abantu bari in diaspora oni chikari ko import kusike ndio sio kora kurwaiga konya abantu wetu. So those are the things that I want to bring in the board. Na te rumbu yamono kale mbiri monkonye monga kere kura Fredrick Mititi enyu obora yubu ya Mwanyagetinge.
I would like to thank Daniel Amenya for joining us in this debate. Thank you, Fredrick Mititi, for joining. And I also want to thank Dr. Joash Omandi for allowing us this platform to be able to debate and be able to showcase exactly what we are going to do to our people and how we are going to improve Mwanyagetinge in general to enable us to be able to move to a higher level. So I would like to thank you and wish you well as you march forward to the 1st and the 2nd of August. And may God bless you while you prepare to win. All the blessings are to you, Fredrick Mititi. Blessings to you, Daniel Amenya.
Thank you.
May
Thank you very much. All bless you.
God bless you.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Omandi, Daktari, thank you very much. See you on 1st and 2nd.